I'm going to the Chromakopia tour as HASTUNE Miku. And that means if you're watching this, I somehow managed to pull it off.
Chromakopia.
Yes, I'm getting tickets to go see Tyler! For my birthday, my friend got me tickets to the concert. I literally jumped out of my skin. I was so happy. I managed to go as HASTUNE Miku, aka Saint Miku. I thought that would have been a cool idea, and I did say that I wanted to do like creative process videos, so that's what this video is mainly going to be. It's mainly going to be me literally walking you through my creative process of coming up with Saint Miku. So let's start, okay? First things first, obviously I got the ticket, but this started way before I managed to get the ticket. When the album came out, I wanted to go, but then the tickets dropped, and at the time I didn't have money. At the time I literally was waiting for my paycheck, and they were at the lowest price that they have ever been. And I had to wait. I waited, and I waited, and they only got higher and higher and higher. And then I kept waiting, thinking that the closer it goes to the concert, they only got higher. So yeah, my original plan when I saw that his ATL show was going to be during March, I was like, this is something I could do for my birthday, because my birthday is on March 11th and the concert is March 21st. I started getting videos of him performing his different concerts earlier in the months of this year, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to block his name from my For You page because I don't want to see it. I'm experiencing FOMO and I don't want to see any of this. I gave up and I was like, I'm not gonna see Tyler. We have Tyler at home. Then came around my birthday. On March 10th, the day before my birthday, my sister threw a surprise party for me, and a lot of my friends were there. And I was overjoyed. And when I got back from, the little hangout place that we were at, I went back to the hotel with two of my friends, and one of them, she was like, this is your present. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so sweet. And I loved it. And then she was like, that's not actually your present. I mean, yeah, I got that for you, but that's not actually your real present. I was like, what do you mean? They stood in front of me and they were like, what concert do you really want to go to? In my world, it froze. Because I was like, no. say you're joking. And they were like, no, like, what concert do you really want to go to? And I said, Chromakopia. The next day, we had like a nice little Taco Tuesday with a few more of my friends. And I literally sat right next to her as she bought me a ticket to the concert. So if you're watching this, I love you so much. Those tickets were not cheap. I love you so much, and thank you so much for getting me a ticket, because I was really about to pass on it. But I'm so grateful and so happy that this friend like literally got me this ticket. So everybody say thank you to Brie. Thank you, Brielle. Thank you so much. After I got that ticket, I was like, all right, now I actually have to get something to wear. I was worried because everybody knows if you're a Tyler the Creator fan, they got some fits. They pull out fits. I'm sitting here scrolling through my For You page, and it's video after video talking about there was a fit off. There was a fit off in Las Vegas, fit off in Austin. I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing. Okay. And I'm an ATL. Yeah, ATL. Yeah, that ATL. There's going to be a battle. There's going to be a war. It's not a fit off. It's a war. It's scary. I'm gonna have to pull up on something. I scrapped my first few ideas because I wasn't going with my sister, and I wasn't sure if my friend, Brielle, I wasn't sure if they wanted to match with me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do something on my own. So I thought like, okay, I'll just do Saint Chroma and Igor, but split down the middle. And like that's what this looks like. And I came up with this, but in hindsight, I didn't actually think about how I was going to do all of that. Yeah, I'll just have half of my hair blonde and then the other half black, and then I'll have it up like Saint Chroma's, and then my suit will be green and pink. Mind you, there's not a single green and pink suit in the world that is split like that you could buy urgently. I was like, oh, I'll just DIY it. I'll just get a white suit and I'll spray paint it, I'll dye it. There's a lot of DIY going on, and then I just didn't know if I could commit to that much DIY. So I was like, okay, something else. I was, you know, going through my art gallery and I saw like another design of another Miku cosplay I wanted to do. And I was like, what if I did Miku x Tyler the Creator and pushed it into Saint Miku? You see? Okay, yeah. This will work. It mixes both of my interests. You have the music, then you have like my interest, which is cosplaying, and then, you know, it's Miku. So what you're about to watch is me literally thinking of what I wanted that to look like. Also, if you're here and you're excited to see the end result, make sure you click that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Leave a comment. Yeah, okay, all right. We're gonna go on to the speed paint. Okay.
Welcome into my little studio, okay? We're gonna talk about my creative process on how I went about designing the outfit itself. Here you can see me drawing the blazer. I already found a blazer online that I wanted it to look like. So, you know, I just tried to draw to my best ability what the blazer looks like. And then I added like a white button up underneath because, you know, I still wanted to keep, you know, the design of Saint Chroma. I found the skirt off Amazon. Originally, I was gonna have a belt, but then I ended up fixing it and making it look better with the design. So yeah, you're gonna see that. And you have the tie. The tie is there as well. Originally, the suit was gonna be a whole, like, just straight down, but then I was like, who is Miku without her arm warmers? So obviously I had to cut it up, you know. And then you have the hair situation. So originally, I know it does look like, you know, a scarf, but I did want it to give the impression that it's like a do-rag because, you know, that's our culture. Salami, eggs, and bacon. All right, I'm sorry. But no, I wanted it to be a do-rag, but it didn't look like a do-rag, so it did just look like a scarf. But it did help that it was lightweight for the concert. So I think I ate that.
It is now the 14th of March.
Hey, Editing Mo here, just letting you know that this was all filmed in the same day as the last clip. You just threw a hoodie over your last shirt. I don't know what to tell you.
I came up with my initial design. This is it right here. I made a little bit of changes after the speed paint, but this is the initial design. I ordered the blazer. I found one online, and I was a little worried because obviously, if you order anything online, it's a very low possibility that you'd be able to get it within 10 days if you don't pay for expedited shipping. So I had to do it, okay? I had to do it for the fit. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about is that it's not going to fully dye the same, like when I dye the blazer, that it's not going to be completely the same. It's not going to be as rich as the skirt is because when I'm used to dyeing white fabric, it'll dry and then it'll turn like a tons of shades brighter, so I might have to dye it twice, but you guys are gonna see if that works out or not. Oh my god. I really hope that it works. I did go to Hobby Lobby to get some other items, but I did not vlog it. Hey! We make mistakes and we forget. Listen, you know, if you go into a store with your parent or someone who's older than you, they hit you with the, I'm giving you 15 minutes. Being rushed. More than anything, I hate being rushed in the store. I need to look through every single aisle. You don't know what could be in there. I could find something that I didn't even know I could have used for something. We was looking through the aisle. She was helping me out because my mom, she's like that and she's very tea. My mom helps me with a lot of like my creative cosplay. She helped me with my Sonic and I literally love her so much. So she was helping me out. She was like, what if we use this? What if we use this? And I was like, you are actually a genius, Mom. I love you. I'm always curious to how Miku cosplayers make the arm warmers, and I was looking everywhere, and there was a lot of sewing going on, and I don't know how to sew. So I was like, what else could I do? I went to Hobby Lobby. I got a plain white sweater, and I cut it along the line of this, of here, of like the arm, and then I flipped it upside down. And I'll show it right here, but it literally came out perfectly. It looks like it gives a silhouette of Miku's arm warmers, and I was like, I'm so smart. I'll see you in the next part of the video, okay? I'll see you in the next part. Nail check. Aren't they cute? All right, I'm sorry. This is our Hobby Lobby bag. Get him, Riley! Hey!
For the next few moments of footage, it's literally me trying to make a cool montage of all the stuff I got at Hobby Lobby, but it's not. Yeah, I'm just throwing it on the couch. It's not cute. I don't know, but it's okay because you still get to see the stuff that I got. I didn't end up using this, so whatever. You see the 2 sticks of vinyl that I used. You have the glitter press. I didn't use that one because I messed it up. But the glow in the dark one you're gonna see later. It actually puffs up and it glows in the dark. So I'm gonna show clips of that because it was so awesome and I didn't get any videos, or really I wasn't able to see a lot of it at the concert. But it's fine. Look at them gold chains. Hype. I don't. Listen, I'm just throwing it like. I couldn't put it down nicely. All right, anyway, those are my earrings that I use. That's the dye, and then the Ultra Heat Bond. My mom told me to get that. This is a mess. And then this is the scarf that I used for the hair. Yeah, put it down nicely. This was the blazer, and she was so tea. This is the moment where in my head the calculations were coming together and they started to make sense. So I was gonna use those 2 strings that lapped around the back to make the belt that Miku has hanging off her hip. You feel me? Now we have the sync cam. You can see me fighting with that thing. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what it was called. The faucet plug. All right, anyway, so we're filling up the sink with water. And then this is the dye bottle. So we're gonna read the instructions. It says to shake it. Shake it! After you shake it, it says to add hot water to your sink, which I did, and I tested it here. It was... It burns! And then I read a little closer, and it says that the temperature should be at least 140. And this is when I realized it wasn't hot enough. But I kept going anyway. It said to get some liquid dish detergent, and you know I had some soap. Don't comment on how it's watermelon. You're racist. You're racist! You know, I let it bubble up, and it got to a point. It was magical. It was beautiful. It said to get a cup of salt, but I didn't know. So I just poured. I just poured. And then I started pouring in the dye. Yeah. And so with that all done, we don't need that anymore. Rookie mistake, but I ended up getting a little bit of dye on my finger, and I was like, this is not gonna happen today. So I pulled out the gloves. Aren't they cute? So after previously throwing the instructions bottle, I went back to pick it up to read it again, and it said to make sure that the fabric was soaked. So I got this tub of water and I soaked it, and you can see me dunking the arm warmer here. I'm gonna pull it out. It's gonna be green. It's not green. Trust the process. We're gonna trust the process. Oh, this is me dunking the blazer. As you can see, it's kind of blue, but we're gonna give it some time. This is my cat. His name is Mix. He's so cute, and now cue the cool transition with his nose. So. We're going back downstairs now. I'm not gonna lie, I already went in the kitchen to see what the product might have looked like, and it's a little disappointing. So I'm gonna show y'all now. Right now, okay? In this green swamp, hey. Darker in person, but that is the arm warmer. Okay, that's the arm warmer. The other one is somewhere in here, it's sunken. That's it right there. This is the blazer. Yeah, after like an hour of soaking, I went upstairs to edit this exact video, and she's green in person, but it's a very washed green. So tomorrow, right now I'm gonna drain this out, and then I'm gonna let it dry overnight. So it's probably gonna get lighter. But tomorrow, I am gonna go to Hobby Lobby and I'm gonna try to get more dye. I try to dye it, but if that does not work, I'm just gonna get fabric spray paint, and I'm gonna literally try not to lose my marbles trying to turn this thing green. We're just gonna hope for the best. See you tomorrow. So I'm currently in Hobby Lobby now. I don't know if y'all can hear me that well, but we're gonna try to go with it. I did some research last night online because it did not come out the way I needed it to. They said to try acrylic paint, so I'm gonna try this. I'll get 2. I'll get a shade darker as well. And then I'll try to like mix these 2, and then I'm also gonna get like fabric dye, but for synthetic, because the blazer is made out of polyester and I failed to check that. So that's my bad. But yeah, we're gonna go get the dye now. And here's some more things that I ended up getting. And we're back home. We just made it back. We went to several different stores, but let me take you out to the kitchen. Okay? The water is boiling. So that's what they told me to do. They told me to boil the water for synthetic fabric, which is our girl right here. She is polyester. So we're gonna try to do that. And we're going to try to use the synthetic dye instead. If the synthetic dye doesn't work, then we're going to try the acrylic. We have like a few hours to make this work because tomorrow is the tour. So let's hope that it works. And then this is the arm warmers. They're still wet. I'm going to try to put them in the dryer. I think the color might lift, but if anything, we'll put that in the acrylic bath as well. Type. The dye. Say hello, Mom. Hi. Okay, we have the dye, and we're gonna pour it in now.
Slowly.
More?
No.
I don't know. Okay, now we get some dish detergent.
Does it say pour all of it?
And we'll pour a little bit of that in there to break apart the water. And some salt.
Salt? Oops.
Oop, Mom. You can see the pot over there boiling. You see that heat rise? Great. I have this Chromakopia pillowcase. It's not even Chromakopia green. Alright. I'm just gonna put the arm warmers in here and hope that it doesn't spill out into the dryer. Woo! Taking this now, you're gonna slowly dunk it. Oh, just go ahead and push that. Turning green. So within like the next 30 minutes, it should be darker. Hooray! There are a few minutes of stirring, which like maybe like 5 or 7 minutes. I'm not sure. Not too long. This is the comparison. They kind of look alike, but that one's still a little lighter. So we're gonna keep on stirring, and we're gonna let it sit for maybe like 15 to 20 more minutes, and hopefully
Let it sit there.
it should be darker. This is the final product with the fabric dye. The fabric dye, I think this is like the color. It's not gonna go any darker. This is like the most vibrant it's gonna get. So I'm gonna take it out of the pot, and then I'm going to squeeze it out. Then I'm gonna put it back in that black pot over there, and I'm gonna try the acrylic paint method to see if I can get it any darker. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. It looks like it died because the first attempt was definitely also don't have nothing to say about this, how we doing it, okay? But yeah, the first attempt was definitely not it. So yeah, I'll get back to you after I do the acrylic paint and everything, because I know this video is probably getting real long. But if you're still here, thank you so much. I love you. So I ended up dyeing the shirt. It came out green. Very, very much so brighter than the skirt. But I think it's gonna be okay. I dried it. The dryer is completely green. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get that dye and paint out of the dryer, because it's stained. And then I just ironed the blazer with my mom because it kind of looks like kind of wrinkled, but it's because of the way it was like scrunched up in the pot, so it gives like a tie-dye kind of effect. I don't know, but it's okay. I tried it on. It looks okay. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but after I eat, it is currently 9:15. I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna ready the vinyl, because I don't want to do everything last minute. And then in the morning we will heat press everything. So yeah, but I'll see you guys in the morning, or actually I guess I'll show like a scene or two of me doing the vinyl, and then I'll see you in the morning. I have my thing set to green for Chromakopia. I'm so excited. I didn't get too many clips of this process because this machine was quite actually beating me up. I messed up a lot of my vinyl in the process of trying to figure out how it worked again because I haven't done it in a while. But eventually I got it down. So I got down the 0 and the 1 for Miku and then the Saint Miku that's gonna go on the back. So yeah, it came out good. But I finished around 11:40. So if that doesn't say enough for you, I don't know what will. But this is me going to bed. I was so tired. But there was no time to mope and cry about how tired we were because today was the concert. Today was my Chromakopia. It's 12:27, we gotta lock in. So this is when we started doing the heat press with the vinyl. And the vinyl actually came out pretty cool because it was like a pop-up, like it puffed up. It came out pretty cool and I think my mom really enjoyed it. I love to create, oh my god. Me too, Mom. Jokes aside though, I am very grateful to have a mother who's willing to help me with my cosplays. I know a lot of moms who probably would not understand the hype behind creating a cosplay, but my mom, she gets me. And she loves it. And apparently so does Minx because he was watching over me and trying to learn the steps as well. I had a little break here to just dance around and pet the animals. He's so cute, but then he dodged me when I tried to pet him, so okay. So rude! So I pet Marley instead because we actually have respect for one another. I once again failed to record a lot of the process during this time because I was panicking and trying to rush. The concert was in a few hours, but you get what you get. I'm sorry. Now, I'm getting ready to do my makeup. Went ahead, I finished up the jacket, I finished up the arm warmers, the leg warmers, basically everything is done. Me and my mom, we did that. It is now currently 2:17. I have time. I'm really tired, I'm not gonna lie. I took my vitamins and everything. I'm really tired though. I'm excited, but like, man, like I'm tired. I've been listening to Tyler the entire morning. My friends are gonna be here by 4:30, 5:30. So I want to be able to be ready by the time they get here so that I have filming and everything out the way. Like, we don't gotta worry. Breaking news here. We ended up having to rush anyway. I'm gonna update y'all when I am in makeup and hopefully in the entire cosplay to see the finished product. It's been a stressful 10 days, but we did it. We did it. Okay. Y'all are gonna see that right now in 3, 2, 1. Because we were in fact in a rush, as I mentioned earlier, I had no time to make any videos, but Sky made it to my place and then we were on the way to the State Farm Arena. Pew, 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 pew. Look at how cute Saint Miku is. Aww. Everyone understood the assignment. Everyone was wearing green and it was kind of scary outside. I'm not gonna lie, there were men outside trying to sell t-shirts and trying to sell tickets and they wouldn't leave the women alone. But all was well once we made it inside. And of course I had to show off the fits because they really did that. I honestly wish I got more videos of everybody's fits because the girls in the bathroom are so sweet. They're so sweet. And they were in fact the sweetest and they all looked amazing too. So shout out to the girls in HCL who really showed out that night. It sucks that we got in a little late because we did miss the Paris, Texas performance, but they looked amazing while they were up there. And from what I could hear, their music is definitely a vibe. Then we went to go get some water and we came across the Saint Chroma statue. Yes, I asked him for permission before just taking a photo because he's a paranoid guy. Get it? Because okay. After that, we ended up going back and Lil Yachty was there performing and it was so cool. He kept the crowd hype and of course we had to chant. I'm telling you, he was getting lit with Atlanta. This was literally my first concert and I had such a good time. Like, it was so lit in there, bro. He brought out Faye Webster. They played Drive Me Crazy. Like, I literally fell in love with the song after the concert. It's so good. Why didn't nobody tell me about this? He did such a good job, bro. Like, oh my gosh, it's just watching the clips is making me want to go back. Like, you just don't get it. He brought out his father, which made me a little emotional because it was such a beautiful moment. He brought his mom up after too and tried to find her a match. I thought it was pretty funny. Showed our love to him as he left and then the green Chromakopia lights came on, so I had to get some pics. It was very hard to do without being in the way of other people as they tried to pass by, but the pics came out good. Thank you, Brielle! I genuinely predicted when Tyler was gonna come out by counting down, and the moment I hit 1, the lights shut off and just He came out.
Tyler, 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 you're like nobody.
The song couldn't even start yet and I already screamed my vocal cords out. Like, there was no reason for me to be doing that. My defense, it got very lit very fast. I could not keep it in my body. See, like, there was no need. Hang up on you. Not in the mood. It was a beautiful thing to get to hear that transition live. This little walk here is giving 5 nights at Tyler's. Okay, I'm sorry.
And I'm so happy that y'all allowed me to come back on this stage. Now, I had some bets and I said, the top 3 shows, Atlanta gonna have to definitely be one of them. And it's based on y'all energy tonight to prove that point.
I'm not gonna lie, I really thought he was gonna bring at least one of them out for this song, but it's okay. Miami did get Sexy Red though. Like, y'all think you're so lucky. After Sticky, he performed Take Your Mask Off, and he took the mask off and he ended up going inside the crate, to which he performed Tomorrow, and then he ended up on the second stage and started playing a few of his older songs. Genuinely thought I had more clips of him on the second stage, but I guess I don't. But a time was had either way. I love his little dance right here.
That's what I said. Travis, these niggas is feds. Me, I'm over here. These niggas thought I was dead.
And he started playing like him, and I was so excited to hear him perform this. Shout out to the girl who you can hear in my recording. She was going in.
I'm chasing the ghost. I don't know who he is.
Her jumping, I can't, I love this clip so bad. I reacted very calmly when he started playing That Guy.
That's why I'm paranoid now, because it's playing really bad now. What is it?
Brody said don't even press the issue. Jelly boogers in my earlobe, I need a tissue. Oh my, I'm really that guy.
In my dream state, memories in a fantasy. So much running through my daydream. I can barely see your face when I close my eyes. One more time.
And you know he played New Magic Wand.
My magic. What?
Balloon had to be one of my favorites that he performed that night because the lights were amazing. They added to the experience so much.
I need a plane to the airport, out of New York, walking around Bethel. I just need a passport. I'm a floppy. Oh! Oh! Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Back to the streets. I'll pay the whole block full of flirt. They go like this.
Just look at those colors, look at those effects, like, yeah, life-changing, life-changing.
Don't stop.
I'm slipping.
Bro, I found it incredibly surprising to see how many people started to leave before he even finished the final song. Like, genuinely, how could you miss out on this? This was so beautiful. And with that, we said goodbye to Tyler. He disappeared behind the big green wall, and we had to get out of there. I didn't want to leave. How are you feeling?
Great, great.
How are you feeling?
My voice hurts. I feel great.
We had such a good time.
Yeah, did we have a good time? We had a good time.
I was looking, but I didn't see.
Oh, yes.
I made eye contact.
I just made it home. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm gonna get out this cosplay. I was gonna try to film some more videos, but I don't know if I can make it. It's 2 a.m. currently, and I have to get up at like 9 to go to work for a 12-hour shift. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is the full Miku cosplay. I wish I got a full body pic, but you know, it's good enough. I'm trying. I'm really tired. And then we have the well, it's upside down, but the Saint Miku on the back. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye.
Chromakopia. Chromakopia.